Hi guys, welcome back to Shenanigans and More. This is your psycho host, Psycho Alex, and I have Shenanigans and More. And today, I actually have a very special friend, my friend Angie.
Hello.
So, I forgot to ask. If you want, you can, and if you don't, that's totally fine. Mm-hmm. But we can add your information, your Instagram, if you want to be, campaigning your own Instagram and like showing us off everything that you got going on. So for today's episode, you guys, my beautiful friend and I, we're going to be discussing about insecurities and how all of that takes into our world, into our lives, into all of our lives. Yes. We all have insecurities, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're fat and skinny, and all of that stuff. And the wildest things that you can discover by simply talking to people and actually getting inside their head and knowing what's going on.
Yeah. And
the randomest things that insecurities are. But like, to begin the whole episode, what is an insecurity and what is, like, how do we develop those and stuff like that, and some of the things that we want to go over. Not to mention specifically, like, what are the insecurities that we face day to day, that people face day to day. I posted the question on my Instagram, and a lot of you guys actually replied. I was really surprised, actually, by, like, hearing all of you guys and what you guys had to say about it and stuff, which was all great stuff and great content to share with you guys today. But I'm super excited. So I'm going to leave the insecurities part for you. You had said you looked it up. You know what it means. I mean, I looked it up too, but,
it's something that, that one day we went to the gym and we were just like, let's think of topics. And I was just like, insecurities. And that day I have eczema. It's, it's a skin condition, pretty much, stress triggers it. Weather, humidity, anything, cold, hot, anything. Yeah. And it's actually genetically. So, like, normally it's just very dry skin, have to keep moisturized. I can't have anything scented, no fragrance at all. I know.
Sucks.
So it sucks, But, so it's something, I've been constantly having it for 31 years in my life.
Beautiful. Can't tell.
Thank you. Try. But yeah, it's something that, I've been very insecure. I used to be, didn't want to talk to people, especially when I have flare-ups. But I feel like in time,
would hide it.
I would hide it.
Wear long sleeves.
I wear long sleeves. Oh gosh, the worst.
By the way, in the end of the 31 years, like, I've known you like half your life.
And I don't even seem that shy, but like that always gets to me. Yeah. But it's just, I feel like a mutant. No, I'm just kidding.
Then that should be your superpower.
Yes. Have some of my eczema flakes.
Yeah. Right? Flare up in your face.
Oh my god.
But and that's part of life, like, there's all these kinds of things that we don't even get to understand why they happen to us. Like you said, at least it's genetic.
Yes.
And stuff, but so many things. So you had actually looked up the definition of insecurities.
I did, yes. I didn't memorize it, but I do have it on my phone.
Her handy dandy.
Yes. My anime, yes.
She's definitely promoting herself now.
Just let me see. Insecurities, ideas, man.
Yeah, she was really prepared, you guys.
No, I get shy. That's insecure.
For the bloopers, though.
I hate you. Oh, look. Okay, so it says it's 2 types. This is uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, lack of confidence. And there's one where it's the state of being open to danger, to threat, lack of protection.
So it could be, because if you're insecure because you're stranded in a freaking island, you're insecure about what you're gonna find, right? But at the feeling that you're not having safety.
Yes.
But the insecurities in our bodies and the insecurities of the topic is actually something that oneself lacks or fears that is gonna, and she brought up her eczema. It's a skin condition, something that she's had her entire life, and unfortunately, there's not a lot that you can do. So
yeah,
you kind of, the discussions that we have had is that you kind of have to evolve into finding ways to love your body, love yourself, accept yourself.
Yeah.
I in my 32 years of life, I've discovered that there is no one else. I can't really care what anyone else thinks about me, my body. Ultimately, I have to live with myself.
Yes.
I have to love myself, whether it's acne, whether it's like I go bald, whether it's like eczema, you know, anything and everything that you are, that's you.
Stretch marks, loose
love
skin.
the glitter marks.
Yes, it's okay. You know, at first, honestly, when I brought up this conversation, at first I was like, oh, it's we shouldn't talk about insecurities. We're not trying to. I didn't want to be something negative, but I thought about it being, how about overcoming it? Because I'm in that kind of stage. I know, I get it. It took me this long, but that's okay. Because there's
people who die trying to be perfect, and you know,
there's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah, you know, and there's people who die getting surgeries, like because they want to be a certain type of person in their head that they have, that's who they are, but.
Mold themselves how society, wants you to be.
Views to be beauty too, like you know. So we have all kinds of stuff that we can like go miles and miles. Yes. But one of the insecurities that actually I was commented on was being broke.
Oh,
and it was really weird because to me it was really weird because most of the time I felt like my personal insecurities were about my figure, was about how I seem, was about my behavior, but never in a million years did I really think that being broke like would be an insecurity. I could see that. But what he says like not having money and feeling anxiety because of it. Now, if I guess maybe in between girls we didn't really thought about it because most of the time society has put us in this like bubble where like women don't have to worry about money because the men have to be the ones that pay.
Yeah, you know? They bring the bacon.
They bring home the bacon or take us out on dates and stuff. You know? But you know, not having the money, or whether it's to impress someone or whether it's to make your bills. You know, like being broke can be an insecurity. Someone else said, post baby, panza.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's a big yes.
I'm glad that you brought that up. And so it's the lack of confidence. Now, in one of my recent episodes about women, what I'd like to talk about was that there is no fucking way. Have you guys ever, this is going to sound weird. It's no disrespect to our women bodies, but have you guys ever stretched out a balloon and then expect the balloon to look exactly the same as when you first got it? No, that's never gonna happen. And that's what happens to women's bodies, especially when they have babies. Yes. So their body grows up and then calms down and deflates, and it takes time. It's not like in the fucking movies, which is a lie. The baby comes out and there's a flat tummy. That's not true. That's not what happens. The body has to heal. Just like it took time to stretch, it's going to take time for it to go back. And even then, it's not going to go back to being normal. Yes. That should be normalized. Like, let's normalize, #normalize pregnant bodies not going back to normal in no time. Like, if you're a freaking health freak and you even worked out while you were pregnant, that's totally awesome. But even then, your tummy is not going to go back to being just the way it was before you had babies, or before you had one baby, or before you had 3 babies, and now you have your 4th one. Like, it's not... It happens. It happens, especially when you scrape your knee. If you really look at it, you get different hyperpigmentation on it. Okay, doctor over here. Okay, no. Talk to us in poor people talk. No, but I mean, like, it's different colors. Why? Right. Because it's a new skin. Everything life has steps. Okay. I almost ate your finger. I know. Okay. But yes, like, everything has its steps. And then you just had a human being. Yeah. That's okay. You had the miracle of life. You literally, the fact, that's one thing. At first I was like, ooh, it's scary and everything, but how awesome it is that you could literally make your own human. And of course it's through stages and everything. Exactly. Just in the end of the day, just try to remember everything has its steps, process, patience, but you are beautiful. Yes, you are.
Yes.
To both of my friends who shut that out. My arms, they look so buff, and it has a little roll, so I don't wear tanks like that because of how they make her feel. And man, fuck y'all.
Yeah. Or the bra roll. Get it.
So, that's it. Again, it's part of your skin, it's part of your body. You have to love it, accept it, and and embrace it. Like I am not gonna be at the gym hot and not wearing a tank because of how it looks.
Yes, no, it's hard. You know what? We probably are overcome that, but we all know back in. Like she mentioned, cardigans. Cardigans were my best friend. Oh my gosh, and they were even faded. Yes, but I feel like so I'm a medical assistant, so I had so many patients. I learned the most with my senior patients.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this one.
I want to be old like that, and not
yes.
get no fucks.
Oh, this lady, man, she's like, oh, sweetie, if I had your kids. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I was just like, no, the fact that they're like, your gravity's still up there. I was like, when you get older, it's going to go down there. So ladies, whatever you have, flaunt it, because she literally said, it's not going to stay this young forever. So, might as well enjoy the body you have.
Your body now.
The fuck.
And you're 22, dude. Yeah. Like, embrace your body.
Yes.
So I had mentioned eczema for you, but we already talked about that. Now, being afraid of not performing great and being able to please a woman. This one was a little bit.
That sounds something you like.
Okay, let me tell you, honey.
You're so funny.
This is my expertise.
No.
No, but seriously, when we think about it, we as women or female or other genders, it doesn't matter. But like, I feel like we can speak for the female, viewers' perspective. Yeah. So I don't think I ever thought about that. I mean, it may have crossed my mind. Like, it may have crossed my mind that, like, when I was in the middle of it and that someone was kind of, like, feeling nervous and stuff. But I don't think during the time before or after or even in the middle of it, like, did I really care or cross my mind? I was more worried about what
maybe we're just easy breezy gals.
No. I feel like because we're more insecure about, oh my God, there's too much light. Oh my God, what if
I see.
Like we're so caught up in our own that we don't think that the dude's gonna have the same insecurity.
There you go. Different insecurities. It could be all the same, but in the same time.
But like the confidence of performing or the confidence of feeling like I could feel confident being naked, but I cannot feel confident that like they're gonna like my
what I see. Like,
like what do I bring to the table, or whatever. Yes. And so the same thing goes for dudes and like for people in general, when they're performing and stuff. And I never really thought about it until this dude brought it up. And I was like, that's so crazy.
That is.
Man boobs.
Yes.
He said always makes me man boobs. So he was saying that even to have sex, he'll wear tanks.
Oh.
Because he doesn't feel comfortable with the man boobs. And I'm like,
no, man boobs, yes.
And then it's so cute because I even mentioned that. I was like, there are a lot of women actually out there, especially as we get older, that we understand what bodies are.
Yeah, the ones that are not, maybe,
we're into dad bods. Some of us are into dad bods.
Or sometimes,
that's totally fine.
You know what? I actually, if whoever this person, that, thank you for your what is it? Like answering the question and everything, Input, thank you. Thanks for the input. But you know what? Like, also, it could be, that's also something genetic, too.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Angela.
No! Oh my God, oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying it to offend you. I'm saying, I never would have thought about it.
Yes, or it could just be in your DNA. You get an extra chromosome just because of that. And it's not so, you know what?
So you can actually be kind of fit and have boobs.
You still have, you just gotta work you just gotta work your 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 workout routine has to be completely different and probably like a little step up, but that's okay. Not
or
everybody's
like
body is
to like where.
Oh, I have to specifically work on that area. Yeah, I've
Never
looked at
would
it.
have had that.
Yeah, I had. Yeah.
I know. Recently, I heard, it's just a rumor.
Uh-huh.
I don't look it up myself, but I heard of abs also being genetic. Like,
yeah,
you may never develop
Yeah.
abs, and that has
I
nothing
know
to do with
someone
you.
that has abs, and I'm like, bro, you drink beer. Like,
How do you have abs?
How the hell do you have abs? Like, what beer are you drinking?
I know. The guy that told me has abs, and I'm like, you eat a gang of junk. Like, I can't eat that kind of junk every day, or else I like gain 100 pounds by just looking at it.
It's like that.
That's genetics too.
Yeah.
All right. So someone else said looking or sounding dumb when I speak because I don't always understand or process and speak proper English. After years of practice, I still look up words to make sure I say them or mean them and use them properly. So English being a second language and if having or even then, even when you have like lisps or like
or you can't pronounce certain things. Like
that's also genetic.
No, or I there's a word I can't say and it comes out so weird. I'm trying to remember the word, but I'll come back to that. Yeah. Apparently I say it with like a different way of saying it. Yeah.
Well, another thing too is that we're both from, our families are from Guadalajara, and when you
go, baby,
and when you go to Mexico and you come back, you have this like little extra of accent that when I speak Spanish or sometimes even English, I just did it right now. There's an extra to everything I say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like I didn't really catch on to it until like people were like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Guadalajara." And they're like, really? Yeah, you could tell.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Or
like just like here, if you come from Oakland or
and by the way, California, we have an accent.
We have hundreds of accents. Like, depending on what area you're
apparently
from.
We prolong everything.
Yes.
Yes, that's funny.
Dude. Yes, we do.
We're very chill.
Yeah, so it's really crazy, but for sure, especially when English is your second language. I had that trouble.
Keep going.
You got this. It's totally.
It's okay as long you know what. It's because you need to find the people that meet you halfway.
Yeah.
Be like, what is it? Mad Libs. Yeah. Like I'll fill in the blanks for you.
Someone said my smile. I had a mountain bike accident and I hit my head and face. If it wasn't because I was wearing a helmet, I would have been dead right now. But it's and it's expensive to fix and keep and I keep wearing my mask in public because it helps to block the missing tooth. Now, it's crazy because
that's insane.
You never, when you see someone missing teeth, sometimes you're very judgmental. And you're like, oh my God, why can't you just fix it? Or like, but.
Or like for me, it's like, if I have something, I'm like, I might as well just go. But it's just, one, hello, has anybody seen the gas prices? And two, insurance in general, it's so, especially here, these still, like dentists are like cha-ching, cha-ching.
For sure.
For like the smallest procedure ever.
And also that's not all of the time. I've had friends who've had really bad experiences. Like, you have to go with someone who's recommended. Like, there's a lot of people that will experiment on you and do certain things
like bad
scary.
Malpracticing. Yes, you're totally right.
It's scary. It's scary.
Yeah, you know what? And I love this. It literally. Don't judge a book by its cover.
For sure. Because you never know. You don't know why it's happening, what their situation is.
Exactly.
Because I even mentioned, I was like, well, why don't you try to go to Mexico? Like, I heard TJ is, like, cheap. Not that bad. Like, you can get, recommended. Like, a lot of people I know go down to Mexico to get a dentist appointments and stuff. And like, but, not everybody can go. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody has the time. Not everybody has the money. And you may say, oh, it's not even that much and da-da-da. But it's... people's life don't have it, dark spots under my arms and my thighs and neck. People have Oh, this one is mine. People have made comments, like for instance, men have made comments that it's because of diabetes or because of jewelry or that I need to scrub harder to remove it. For a while I felt dirty. Then I did the actual research, and while some may relate to genetics and or diabetes, I was able to see that the more weight I lost, the less they appeared. Not being able to remove entirely, but at least like less of it. And that one was mine because people will always comment and like, well, yeah, and always make you feel like you're dirty. My ex literally would make me scrub. Like, we would just take showers together, and he's like, yeah, you need to scrub harder, and he would like, and I would just it would just irritate my skin. And it would obviously not remove it.
Yeah, and you don't know. And you know what? I like to mention this too. That the fact how crazy an insecurity had actually made you not in a like wake up or not wake up. It's not a like, you know, I'm not putting you down or anything, nothing like that. It's more like a wake up kind of like, hey, I gotta start doing something like good for myself. You know, and you started noticing when you're like changing something out of your routine or anything,
eating habits,
and you're just like, oh, it's slow disappearing. It's more like, okay, how I'm becoming or being better with myself, and it's like helping me out. But in the same time, you're seeing the journey, the process.
Well, the thing about it too is that, okay, so with this comment now, I mean, we're still gonna go over what you had, but with this comment now of my own stuff, is that there is this really famous musician guy in Spanish music for Drake. I think it's called, the band's called Drake. And this guy, they once asked him like, what was his favorite part of himself, and he said his eyes. And while a lot of us may like certain things, like you may like your nose or you may not like your nose, but you may be like super into your own eyes, your own eyelashes, whatever, which is totally fine. It's super cool. But this dude said he liked his eyes, and until like social media and people started mocking him and making memes and saying that his eyes were cross-dyed, he stopped liking his eyes. And developed the insecurity that his eyes were messed up and that his eyes looked crossed because of what people say. And I feel that that's that is how we develop insecurities. Because
something doesn't look out of the ordinary. But why does something out of the ordinary have to be not okay?
Yeah,
like exactly. What the hell? That's another. Thank you for bringing this up.
Continue. So then that's where this went in my thoughts. Like I didn't feel insecure about my black spots. People would have looked at me, and I would have just kind of like, what the fuck? Why are you looking at me? Thinking that it was more like they were looking at me and not at my dark spots. And so understanding that no matter what, people are gonna look at you, but I'm confident, I'm comfortable. Like, you may not like how I look, or it may not be your composition of normal, but it's still good for me. Yeah. Like, I love it, and I love myself, and I'm not gonna get insecure or worried, or not show my arms, or not, not be who I am, just because, like, people have this idea of what I should look like. And fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's something that it's hard to overcome, it sucks hearing it still, but in the same time, it's like, if everybody looked the same, it'd be so boring.
Yes.
It's so boring.
We wouldn't find sexy guys.
Yeah.
Sexy girls.
Like, it's like, we gotta like our insecurities,
and embrace them.
And because I know what she means regarding like people looking like, okay, for example, like today. So, and that's another thing. Oh shit, I'm sweaty as armpits.
There you go.
It's hot, okay. But
she's like, I hyper sweat
because I'm camera shy. I don't know why. But anyways, if you could see, sometimes when people, it's really bad. Yeah. But it's embarrassing because sometimes I've had like, oh, is that a hickey?
Oh,
I'm
no
like,
way.
and even then, it's none of your business. And then either way, but it's still like, it was like, no, it's like, it's my eczema, you know, or
And
or
then they're like, what is that?
yes, and they're like, is it contagious? I'm like, bruh, what? And I was like, oh yeah, it is.
Don't touch it.
Stay away. No. Or there's other things where at work where I used to work, we had a counselor. She pretty much talked to battered women. And if you think about it, and I never thought about it, it's like if somebody tried to choke me.
Oh my god, yeah.
So there's times where I'm like,
people think you're in danger.
Yes, and I'm like, oh no! I swear it's eczema. And sometimes I'll be like, I don't know where else to show you, kind of thing.
Just kidding.
But yeah, like and it's like it's embarrassing. So I could see the embarrassment in that perspective because I'm like, oh
but see,
no.
it's unfortunately, I mean, we can't have control over those people.
Yeah,
and what they
at least
say.
I care.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like again,
earlier. No, I'm just.
Yeah, I know, right? It comes from like other people's comments and other people's concerns and other people's and that's kind of what we have to learn to avoid. I learned that it's not, because this is happening, is not something that we need to take to heart or take personal, I always got shit from having big arms or whatever, and the more that I'm losing weight, the more I'm like, now my arms, when they're getting buff, now they're getting big. Now you can talk about
strong. It's like, you see these bad boys? Oh yeah.
Exactly. I was talking to someone at the gym the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna go like the guy from Transformers. Oh yeah. Right that's gonna be flexing.
Yes.
Trying to pick up guys. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Love you.
I got you with the groceries.
I know. I always talked when I saw I hadn't seen the movie, but when I saw the character from Encanto, I was like, oh yeah,
yes. Oh my god, yes. Okay, see, that's another thing too. Strong women,
For a long time though, everyone, and I mean specifically my loved ones. Damn you, mother. We're kind of always oh, you have broad shoulders. Oh, you look like a dude. Oh, this and that, and that's where you develop the little cycles in your head and voices in your head that are always telling you you're big, you're this, you're that.
Or you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. In the. We're in a posture. That's why Shenanigans and more, right?
Yes.
So I bet one of you out there, I'm considered as gordis in the family. And I'm just at first I was like, okay.
Hold up. You gotta show this. You gotta show. There is no gordis in here. There is titties. There is no gordis. We're gonna talk about it here.
But at first you're just okay, that's cute. But then when you get older, you're just especially at adolescents, that part where you're well, what do you mean about that? I work hard. What do you mean I'm so gordis? But I see it as cariño, and I get it. But that's the thing, though. I mean, a lot of people are oh, you just toughen up. No. Fuck all that,
No, because, okay, so there is a plan.
Yeah.
You can come back.
Okay.
But there is a plan to make a whole episode about that.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Because we don't understand. A while back, I had also a situation where I called someone that I love very dearly. Oh, not like that, dummy. And I didn't mean to disrespect him. He's a child. He's a baby. He may not understand what I mean. He may have taken that to offense because he knew the word of being dummy. It would have been really hurtful for him. But I didn't mean it with no type of disrespect or offense to him.
Yes.
I was just kind of an expression that we're used to or whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't realize what you can cause to your children, nieces and nephews and friends of kids and stuff. The kind of damage you can cause in their development and in their personality and in how they take certain things, right?
Everybody's mentally how people feel process things. Everybody's different.
So and I didn't really think anything of it, and then when that person, their parent, got upset with me, I was really oh my god, I really did a bad thing.
You saw it in a different perspective.
Yeah,
got it.
And I've talked about it too, about when my mom used to do that, your arms are too broad, your shoulders are too broad, you look like a dude, and I wear them now, but I wouldn't like to wear caps or hats because she would always say that I look like a dude. Oh. And then I don't know, during teenage rebellious times, I would dress more like a tomboy then. I feel like just out of spite. Like
you're like anarchy. Yes, big rebel.
You know, you say I look like a dude. I'm gonna wear like.
Here
a dude.
Here you go. I'm gonna be the best dude.
And so, especially because I was skating and stuff. Yeah. So, it was like, yeah, for sure. So but you gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with like all that stuff too.
That's true. That's very true.
And it's not even like you said. It's not about like you gotta, what do we say? Grow up or mature or toughen up. But it's not even about that, because it's like you develop again certain like traits and certain things in your head that, and then
it could be a trigger for someone.
A trigger, something. Exactly.
You don't know, and you know what? I don't care for those that are like, oh, so what is it? Like, you know what? You guys are that negative part, like perspective. You can stay over there,
and also it's because they have never probably like even adventure into
that too,
like emotions and how stuff like that.
Stop and looked at themselves like, is this okay?
Yeah.
Or do I continue the way I was growing
with
up
your
and
toxic
raised?
Masculinity.
Yes. Like, no.
And one more thing before we go on to yours, I had talked about toenails. So I used to like to get my my
pedicure.
I used to get So I used to like my feet. That's what I meant to say. I used to like my feet. And what's it called? My ex started complaining when we lived together and slept together that I was scratching him or whatever. And I was like, well, I like my nails to look a little nice so that they can actually polish them and make them. I didn't like them too short and stuff. So I used to go to get my toenails like done all the time at pedicure and shit. And one time there, I can't believe I'm talking about this.
But I didn't even know.
One time there, it wasn't because it was like the cheapest choice. It was more like it was the closest choice, but it just happened to be the cheapest choice. They don't clean their tools right, so I got fungus on one of my big toenails. And it developed and developed and developed until like I'm still trying to fix it now.
Oh yeah, no. Fungus lives for a and I fucking hate it, but that's just how it is.
Yeah,
scientifically speaking.
Exactly, and everyone can. But
at least you're treating it, and But a lot of people, I see why, because a lot of people look at it and they don't want to like tip their feet in the same place. I'm like, relax, dude. Like, okay, but I didn't choose this.
Exactly, and that's the thing that like it's one of my insecurities a lot. And the funniest thing is that I have all these insecurities about the broad shoulders, right? The looking like a dude or whatever. The toes, because of the ex that had something to say about that. And which ended up leading me to getting fungus on my toenails. Like, what the fuck, asshole? And so, but
you did what you did.
Yeah,
I was fine before.
Exactly. But then I had pretty feet, okay? But then I also have this thing about my hands. I always think that my hands are way too big for a woman. And so, and then when I was chunkier, they were like thicker and girthier and stuff. So it just looked really funky. And I've had compliments from men, about my hands, and it's cute and stuff. But really recently, in the last like year or two, I got asked for feet pictures.
Yes.
And I know that feet pictures people will like ask anyone, but I feel really special because again, the insecurity of my toenails and feeling like
not everybody has the same likes.
Exactly. So I feel so weird, but like happy about it. Like,
yes, I love it.
And then the hands thing, it was so funny because I was at work at my last job and I was like checking people in and stuff, and then I had my nails done and this guy was like, "Oh, your nails look really pretty." He's like, "Those are really pretty nails," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just got them done." Because, we just start talking, it's not...
conversation.
Yeah, and he complimented, it's not like I'm going to... No, mind you, it wasn't like this young dude, like, for me. It was like this older man, gentleman. So I was like, I took the compliment. I felt, like, good. And then I was like, yeah, sure, have a good day kind of thing, right? That's where I was at. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, with this really big, deep voice. I was like... he's like, yeah, I'm into hands and your hands are beautiful. And I was like, sir, That's a little scary, but thank you.
Go on. Go on.
Tell me more. And the
I
toes
love
match.
that.
No, I'm just kidding. But like,
it's a two for one. It's a hair. It's a big whip hair.
But it was just so funny because like you develop all these insecurities about what other people say, but then when other people compliment you, you don't know what to do.
You're like you caught me off guard. Like, yes, that's true. That's very true.
So it's really crazy because and the compliments from my hands and feet have not even just been like that. Like it's been like where they'll kiss my hand or like and stuff, and I'm just like, it's so weird. Like I always think that my hands are ugly or that my feet are ugly. And like,
they're not.
So it's really wild, but like we said, it's not everybody has the same likes, and not everybody's gonna feel the same way that you feel about your own shit. Like, and also true. The more confident and true to yourself you feel, the more that you're actually gonna attract the people that are attracted to those
people
things.
could see that. People could feel off of that, and then you know what? And it's okay to feel that way because also you never know, there might be other people that are having the same insecurities as you do, and they're just like. They could look up to that.
Exactly. And which is why we're doing this episode in the first place.
Yes. Insecurities.
Okay, but what about your
insecurities?
The homework that you had assigned.
Oh my god. So I don't know what else. So I spoke to same thing regarding loose skin after having kids. So I work in a cosmetic surgery clinic. So many insecurities there.
It's not just like some, factory in the middle of nowhere.
It sound
like, I work for this factory thing.
No! No, it's a surgical center. But yes.
It's an actual clinic.
Yes. So, it's tough to hear that, I'm not saying nothing bad, like, don't get surgeries. Don't get cosmetic surgery. No. A lot of people do it when they're like, 300 pounds, and then like they lose so much weight, and keep doing it. But the fact that no matter what, your skin tends to loosen up. You're doing it's not always, and that's another thing too, like cosmetic people still get trashed on, I feel. And it's like, it doesn't matter, it's their life, they're doing it for a certain reason. So, and it's also a journey, like, for them, they probably, even having surgery.
It's scary.
It's, the healing process. I give them so much props, because I cannot, I can never, but, do something that it's your body, do something, whatever you want. Who cares what other people say, I get it, society wants you to be perfect, but no, try to be, just in the end of the day, try to love yourself, because it's hard and it's a process. Do it. Fuck it, fuck it.
Yeah.
I have one life to live, so why not? Might as well do it. Insecurity. So I looked up, also, I've helped so many, like, even kids or people that I know that have, like, friends with kids. They're like, oh, my kid has a rash. And little do they know, friends with the, so, also, like, when they, there was a point in time where I started being more, like, okay saying that I have eczema, was that a friend of mine had a nephew, and then, he would scratch all the time. He would, like, try to put lotion on, and it was fragrance, and I noticed he still continues scratching. So I was like, I see a fellow eczema buddy.
She's like, I see you.
What are they giving you fragrance for? And so I've noticed, even when you do, bring out your insecurity, you could be helping somebody else.
Exactly.
So little they know, they were killing him, pobrecito. They were, the fragrance on detergent. Oh my God, that kills me. Yes. Oh, and by the way, I love how, like, the reason why I wanted to mention this too is because a lot of people don't know, but even laundry detergent is bad for your skin, anything fragrance, you'll die. Because think about it, half of the time is you're sleeping, so you have, like, pillows, and you're just, like, going like this.
Yeah.
You wake up, you're like, why am I so itchy? Why am I flared up? I love how certain commercials are starting to do that now, ever since, like, 2022, everybody's okay with normalizing texture, skin texture too,
Yeah.
after makeup. Like, you know, I really like how everything has overcome. That has helped. Ugh. That has helped me. There go that insecurity. See, you're not alone, buddy. I can't even talk.
I can talk, and I was born here.
I know. See? So keep going. You got this. So yeah, I think it's a big thing that, you know, I hope you guys overcome whatever insecurity you guys have. Keep going. You know, it's okay to overcome it. Take your time.
Yeah.
Embrace it, because it's like, you know, what
Yeah.
that's what makes us us.
Exactly. And
That's
unique. And
unique.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what else. Like, I have a family member, you know, she's been working for a long time regarding her weight. She fluctuates. She had kids, and you know what? She keeps going. As long as, you know, it's not trying to, it's learning that journey with your insecurity, and like, you know, be like, you know what? This is who I am, and that's okay. I don't know. I feel like it's okay to be insecure, but it's also,
Well, it's okay to have the
yeah, there you go. Yes,
accept the things that you or have or insecure about, but you know, also just relearn that it's not a bad thing that you have.
It's not a bad thing. Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Like, you know, we can preach and tell you that weight loss is like the must thing to have, but if you don't do it for the right reasons, and the right reason being to make you happy,
do it healthy. It has to be healthy,
and to make you happy.
Yeah,
like we're not gonna say that you should be in this weight loss journey because that's how you're gonna get a boyfriend.
No,
we should not be able to encourage something like this is how you should be, and because of beauty standards or because social media and the Kardashians or like
clones. I was gonna,
you know, like it's whatever. If that makes you happy, if that's what you think you want to be, then to each your own.
Yeah.
But you know, for the right reasons, if it makes you happy, you know, but not for someone else, not for a social standard or social norm.
Yeah,
you know, one of the things that I keep arguing is that the whole like chart in the medical doctor's offices.
Oh, the BMI, your body, and it's stupid.
That is as outdated as like my grandma's underwear, because. I love you, Will. I'm sorry.
You know, go underwear.
Okay, my underwear. But my point is that, you know, it doesn't fit in the structure of like our bone structures anymore. Yes. And like the way that the food that we have nowadays is not the same that you had 60 years ago.
Oh yeah, no.
You know,
everything's processed.
Exactly.
Very bad.
And so it's causing all these other things in our bodies alone that cause other things in our bodies,
like symptoms or side effects.
Side effects, yeah, from what we intake and stuff that is causing us to have all of these insecurities. And again, I truly feel like a little bit kind of enclosure that insecurities, to me personally, has come down to something that someone else pointed out negative about me. So, the fact that my parents ever said I looked like a boy, the fact that my parents ever said that I had broad shoulders and I looked like a man, you know, the idea that my brown spots are bad, or that if I would scrub harder that it would go away. It's none of your business. It's my body. It's not harming me. It's me. I'm doing whatever I gotta do. Like, for a long time, even, like, there's like supposedly a lot of different products where that you can whiten them, and that you can like, you know, tint your body or whatever, and like we can develop rashes and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, because you don't know what kind of chemicals you're putting in your body
just because you want to look some type of way. Listen, no, like embrace it, and this is who you are, and this is how you should love yourself. And
that's true. Yeah, that's true. And then like, and another insecurity I have, like medically speaking, I have IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. So pretty much that triggers it also by stress.
We're super stress freaks.
I know we are, but
welcome to the millennial life. We're stressed,
but we're trying to cope with it in this way, talking about it, venting it out, and it's okay. You're not alone. You're not alone. There you go. That's what I want to say. Like pretty much, you're not alone. you know, a lot of people judge me. They're like, oh, that's all you're gonna eat? I'm like, that's all I could consume, because if not, I get super bloated. It's like, don't judge me, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
You go from like, oh my god, you're eating all of that, to like, oh my god, that's all you're gonna eat. And nonetheless, you never make fucking people happy.
Yeah.
So again, if you make yourself happy,
that's all that
be
matters.
happy.
Yes. I hate it. I'm just like, oh, relax. Like, that's all I can eat. Yes, I can. Sorry. Or I consider it as a picky eater. I'm like, no. It's just I can't eat certain things. I wish I could eat that shit, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I could curse here?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Shenanigans. Shit, shenanigans. You know?
You thank you. But yes. So, you know, like, it's insane. So it's pretty much, you know, it's okay. You're not alone. As long as, at first I used to hate myself about it. I'm like, oh, why can't I be normal? And I'm like, well,
what the fuck is normal?
I know, what is?
And fuck normal. I don't want to be.
Yeah.
We all look the same. We all fucking blondes. We're all fucking brunettes. No, like, there shouldn't be a thing. I'd rather, you know, be unique and be different and be the girl with the diaper spots.
Yes. And then also, you know what? You know, looking it up too, I used to just randomly put IBS symptoms or flare-ups, because sometimes I do get flare-ups and I'm like super bloated and I wear like loose shirts. You know, that's a little uncomfortable. And also, or like, you know, I belch. I don't burp. I belch. And it's embarrassing. And then back then I used to be like, I'll try to burp. I could burp lower, but it's just, sometimes it's just my intestines saying, hey, like,
you need to release.
Yes, exactly. So, and then,
especially
I'm a girl, they're just like,
yeah, but people, exactly. Because
and
again,
I'm like,
they're personal judgments.
Yes.
Of, like, and speculation of what a girl should look like.
Yeah,
And how a girl should behave.
No. Yeah, and then that's when I started seeing there's other people that had the same thing as me. Had a journal, had a journey, like, oh, I should start eating certain things. I was like, you know what? That has helped me. So, you know, that's another thing why we're doing this. And I decided to talk about this topic with my friend here, Alex.
Yeah.
So I'm glad, you know, that she's doing the podcast, and, you know, it has helped me a lot also, you know, because I watch it, not very slowly, but I am there.
But one of the things that I like, you know, the whole reason of the development of the podcast was originally to, again, voice, you know, have a voice, give you guys a voice, especially if anonymously, if like you guys are not confident and welcome and still get nervous to come on camera, because that's the thing that, like, you know, I wanted to be able to speak for all of you guys and let other people know, again, identify themselves, understand that this is not just happening because, again, when I was in college, I saw this poster. I really wish I could find the stupid picture, but where it just has, like, everyone's in a room, has the same question, and the professor's asking if anybody has a question, and nobody wants to ask the question because everybody feels stupid. And everybody thinks that it's going to look stupid for asking this question, when in reality, that is the thing. Like, we may all be going through the same thing, not understanding it, like, figuring out that it's affecting all of us. And we can support each other, and like those of us who have gotten out, we can give you a hand. Let me see your hand, and pull you out.
Yes,
and allow you to like, you know, embrace your own insecurities, embrace your own things, and your own imperfections, and like love them. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
So ultimately, that's the message we got for you guys today.
Yes.
Insecurities. Feel secure. Love yourself.
Yes.
You know, and if you find yourself judging other people.
Yes, yes, it is. But we just remember that that's who they are. That's, you know,
hold the brakes if you can, and
catch yourself. Yeah. It's okay. It happens. That's just how we are.
Yeah, and it's totally fine. But, you know, and allow other people to embrace themselves, compliment each other.
Yes,
you know, compliment each other, and if you already know too that that's an insecurity. I love your flare-ups. No.
Thank you.
And they make you who you are,
Thank
you know?
you.
And so, just love each other.
I love your arms. You can carry me.
Yes.
So, yes, you know, everybody out there, you know, try to do it in insecurity. Also, try to find a way to cope with it in a very healthy way. Don't do it in a very obsessive way. Because also the losing weight, you know, I used to, you know, count my calories, watch what I would eat, you know. And then I thought about it, I was like, that's very stressful.
Yeah.
You know,
that causes stress.
yes.
That makes you gain weight.
And that gave me flare-ups. So I was just like, no more. What am I doing? So now it's more working out to be strong, to be
healthy,
to, you know, it's okay to eat what I love, you know, but also you just gotta be healthy no matter what. Try your best. There's also books, podcasts that talks about, you know, example here, but you know, like books also be like, you know, you're okay, you are awesome, and period.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, and also, fuck that. If other people don't respect you, then find the ones that will love your insecurities.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the problem, you know? Yeah. That could also be it. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people.
That
you know,
will definitely have something to do. Yeah.
That's a big thing, too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And if they're your parents, then just tell them to fuck off and that you love them, but no.
Yes. It's like, excuse me, this is not genetics. No, I'm just kidding.
It's your fault. It's your fault. No, don't do that. No. But thank you guys so much. This has been Shenanigans and More. This is my beautiful friend Angie and your psycho host, Psycho Alex, and Shenanigans and More. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Show your back rolls. Show your
back
rolls.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like it's falling off of one side.
You think so?
I'm like, look at it. Ready?
I'm ready.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna have a little laugh. Okay. You can look forward.
No. It's hot. Okay. Whew, okay, we got this. Okay.
Noobs.
I know.